What if I told you most people won't survive more than 3 days without food? Not because there's none available, but because they never planned for it. In today's video, we'll uncover how ordinary people, just like you, are quietly building long-term food storage without breaking the bank. You'll learn how to start your emergency food supply from scratch, how to store it properly, what foods can last for decades, and which ones could actually poison you over time. We'll also reveal real mistakes people make, like putting all their food in freezers, only to lose everything during a power outage. If you think emergency food storage is only for survivalists and doomsday preppers, think again. Stay with us till the end, because we'll share smart tips most beginners miss, and a few tricks even seasoned preppers don't talk about. Welcome to the channel, where we turn smart prepping into simple steps. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss life-saving advice. Let's get started. Storing your food the right way. Storing food the right way is just as important as buying the right items. If your food isn't stored properly, it can spoil faster, or worse, become unsafe to eat. The key is to keep everything in a cool, dry, and dark place. Heat, moisture, and light are your food's worst enemies. Use Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers or vacuum-sealed bags to keep air and bugs out. Label everything with the purchase or packing date so you know what to use first. This is called rotation. Always eat the older items first and replace them with fresh ones. Good storage can make some foods last 5 and 10, even 20 years. But one small mistake, like keeping items near a window or in a damp basement, can ruin everything. So take the time to store your supplies the smart way, because when you need them, they need to be ready, avoiding the freezer trap. One of the biggest mistakes people make with food storage is putting all their trust in one method, especially freezers. Sure, freezing food works well, until the power goes out. Imagine losing all your frozen meals in just 3 days. That's why it's important to diversify. Don't keep all your food in one place or rely on just one type of storage. Use a mix of dry goods, canned foods, freeze-dried meals, and shelf-stable items. And don't forget about non-electric ways to cook. If the power's out, how will you heat your food? Make sure you have backup options like a barbecue grill, a camping stove, or even a fire pit. Also, keep printed recipes or simple cookbooks. In a real emergency, the internet might not be an option. Having these backups means you're not just storing food, you're building a reliable system that works when you need it most. Number 1, why sugar belongs in your pantry. Before we talk about the types of sugar you should store, let's understand why sugar is more than just a sweet treat. In survival situations, sugar becomes a powerful resource. Not only does it provide a quick source of energy for the body, but it also plays a surprising role in long-term preservation and bartering. When stored correctly, sugar has an indefinite shelf life. That means once you pack it properly, you don't have to worry about it going bad. The trick is to keep it in an airtight container away from moisture. Sugar naturally resists bacteria and mold, but the presence of moisture can make it harden or spoil over time, so keep it dry. And it will last for decades. You might be surprised to learn that sugar isn't just white granules. There's brown sugar, powdered sugar, honey, and even molasses, each with its own use and benefit. Brown sugar adds depth to baked goods and comfort meals. Powdered sugar works well for quick recipes or drinks. And honey? Well, honey is practically magic. It never spoils and has natural antibacterial properties. If stored in a sealed glass jar, it can last forever. Literally. In a crisis, sugar also becomes a morale booster. A spoonful in tea, a bit sprinkled on oatmeal, or a sweet baked treat can lift spirits when times are tough. It's these small comforts that often make a big difference in stressful situations. And here's something most people don't think about. Sugar's value as a bartering item. In hard times, luxury items like sweets become rare. If you have extra sugar, you have something others might need or want, giving you trading power when supplies run short. The best part? Sugar is cheap and easy to find now. It takes up little space and doesn't require any special equipment to store. All you need is a dry, cool spot and a sealed container. From daily use to emergency trade, sugar earns its place in every prepper's pantry. Number 2, salt. Before we talk about the many uses of salt, it's important to understand why salt is one of the most valuable items to store for emergencies. Salt isn't just a seasoning. It's a daily necessity for the human body, helping regulate fluids and maintain essential bodily functions. Without enough salt, dehydration and health problems can quickly arise, especially in tough conditions. Salt also has an incredibly long shelf life. When stored properly in an airtight container away from moisture, salt can last indefinitely. Unlike many foods that spoil or lose nutrition over time, salt stays stable and useful for years. This makes it a perfect staple to keep on hand for emergencies. One of salt's lesser known but incredibly important uses is in food preservation. Before refrigerators and freezers were common, people used salt to preserve meat and fish through curing and brining. Salt draws out moisture and creates an environment where bacteria cannot thrive. This makes it a powerful natural preservative that can keep food safe for long periods without refrigeration. If power goes out or you find yourself off-grid, knowing how to salt and cure meats could mean the difference between eating safely and going hungry. Salt also plays a role in cooking, enhancing flavors and balancing meals made from stored staples. Adding a pinch of salt can turn simple dishes like beans, rice, or dried vegetables into satisfying meals. In survival situations, food might be bland or repetitive, so having salt on hand can make a huge difference in keeping morale high. Like sugar, salt is also a valuable bartering item. Because it's so essential, having a supply of salt means you can trade it for other goods or services when needed. It's lightweight, easy to store, and widely recognized as a precious resource. Finally, salt has many practical uses outside of food. It can be used for cleaning, wound care, and even melting ice in cold climates. This versatility makes it an all-around essential item to stock up on, no matter what kind of emergency you're preparing for. Number 3, cookware and heating source. Remember that having food stored is only half the battle. If you don't have a reliable way to cook or heat your meals, those supplies won't do you much good. In an emergency, normal cooking methods may not be available. Power outages, fuel shortages, or damage to your kitchen can leave you without a stove or oven. That's why it's essential to plan for alternative cooking options. A backup heating source could be as simple as a barbecue grill, a camping stove, or even the ability to cook over an open fire pit. Each of these options lets you heat food safely when your usual methods fail. It's a good idea to have fuel stored safely alongside your cookware, whether that's charcoal, propane, or firewood. Without fuel, even the best stove is useless. In addition to heating sources, you'll need the right cookware. Lightweight pots and pans made of durable materials like stainless steel or cast iron work well because they can withstand outdoor conditions and last a long time. Avoid fragile or non-stick items that might get damaged easily or release harmful chemicals when overheated. Many people underestimate the importance of having simple, versatile cooking tools. A good pot that can boil water, cook beans, or heat soup is invaluable. Likewise, a sturdy pan for frying or sautéing can turn basic ingredients into more satisfying meals. Don't forget utensils like spatulas, tongs, and a can opener, tools that become vital in emergency food prep. Also, consider cookware that's easy to clean. In an emergency, water might be scarce, so using items that don't require a lot of scrubbing saves time and resources. Number 4, no refrigeration required. Before we talk about why refrigeration isn't always an option, it's important to understand how vital it is to learn alternative food preservation methods. In many emergency situations, electricity may be unavailable for days, weeks, or even longer. Without refrigeration, fresh food spoils quickly, so relying only on a fridge is risky. That's why mastering ways to preserve food without power is a smart move. There are several traditional methods that have been used for centuries to keep food safe and edible without a refrigerator. Dehydration is one of the easiest and most effective techniques. By removing moisture from fruits, vegetables, and meats, you stop bacteria and mold from growing. Dried foods become lightweight and last much longer. Another popular method is curing or salting meat. Salt draws moisture out of the meat and creates an environment where bacteria cannot survive. This technique, combined with brining, soaking food in a salty solution, can preserve meats for months without refrigeration. It's a process that has kept food edible through long winters and tough journeys. Smoking meat is similar but adds flavor by exposing the meat to smoke from burning wood or charcoal. Number 5, MREs, meals ready to eat. Before we talk about meals ready to eat, or MREs, it's important to know why they are a popular choice for emergency food supplies. MREs are specially packaged meals designed to be nutritious, long-lasting, and easy to prepare without any cooking skills. They have come a long way from the basic bland rations of the past. Today's MREs actually taste pretty good, and many people find them enjoyable in a pinch. MREs are incredibly convenient because they come fully cooked and sealed, ready to eat straight from the package. This means no need for pots, pans, or heating sources, although many include a flameless ration heater if you want a warm meal. This ease of use makes them perfect for emergency situations, camping trips, or anytime you need a quick, reliable meal on the go. One of the biggest advantages of MREs is their long shelf life. Properly stored, MREs can last several years, depending on the temperature and storage conditions. This makes them an excellent option for stocking up in case of emergencies, natural disasters, or power outages. However, MREs are not without downsides. They tend to be more expensive than buying regular food in bulk. Because they are highly processed to ensure long shelf life, they are not ideal for daily meals over long periods. Eating only MREs for an extended time might lead to fatigue or digestive discomfort. Despite this, MREs are fantastic for quick emergency meals when time, cooking equipment, or energy is limited. Having a few MREs on hand adds variety and convenience to your food storage plan. They can be lifesavers when you need food fast without fuss or preparation. Number 6. Freeze-dried foods. Before we talk about freeze-dried foods, it's important to understand why they've become so popular among outdoor enthusiasts and preppers alike. Freeze-dried meals are incredibly lightweight because all the water has been removed from the food during processing. This not only reduces the weight, making them easy to carry, but also dramatically extends their shelf life. One of the biggest advantages of freeze-dried foods is how simple they are to prepare. All you need to do is add the right amount of water, hot or cold, and wait a few minutes for the food to rehydrate. This makes them incredibly convenient for emergencies, camping trips, or anytime you don't have access to a full kitchen. And yes, this is another good reminder why having a clean water supply is so important. Freeze-dried meals come in a wide variety of options, from scrambled eggs and fruits to complete dinners with meats, vegetables, and sauces. Because the freeze-drying process preserves most of the food's nutrients and flavor, they often taste better than canned or dehydrated alternatives. Another benefit is that freeze-dried foods are shelf-stable for years when stored properly, usually in sealed, airtight packaging. This makes them a smart addition to any emergency food stockpile. Plus, they take up less space than traditional canned goods, helping you store more food in less room. While freeze-dried foods might be a bit pricier than other staples, their convenience, shelf life, and lightweight make them a valuable resource. Whether you're planning for survival situations or just want easy meal options for your outdoor adventures, freeze-dried foods are a smart choice to keep on hand. Number 7. Canned goods. Before we talk about canned goods, it's important to recognize why they have been a staple in food storage for generations. Canned foods offer a long shelf life, often lasting several years when stored properly. This makes them incredibly reliable for emergency situations where fresh food isn't available. One of the biggest benefits of canned goods is how affordable they are. Compared to many other survival foods, canned items are usually cheap and easy to find at most grocery stores. This makes building a stockpile with canned goods a budget-friendly way to prepare for the unexpected. Another major advantage is that most canned foods don't require cooking. Many canned fruits, vegetables, soups, and even meats can be eaten straight from the can, saving time and energy when cooking isn't possible. This is especially useful during power outages or if you don't have access to cooking equipment. Canned goods also come in an incredible variety. Whether you want beans, corn, tuna, chicken, tomatoes, or fruit, you can find canned versions of almost anything. This variety helps keep your meals interesting and balanced, even in difficult times. Of course, there are a few things to keep in mind with canned goods. Always check cans for dents, rust, or swelling before buying or using, as these can indicate spoiled food. Store them in a cool, dry place away from sunlight to maximize their shelf life. Overall, canned goods are a simple, practical, and cost-effective way to build your emergency food supply. Number 8. Oats. Before we talk about oats, it's worth noting why they are such a valuable food to store. Oats are an affordable, versatile ingredient that fits perfectly into any emergency food supply. They can be eaten plain as a warm, filling oatmeal, or used in baking cookies, breads, and other recipes to add variety to your meals. One of the great things about oats is how nutritious they are. They provide a good source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals, which can help keep you feeling full and energized during stressful times. Oats are also easy to digest, making them a gentle option if your stomach is sensitive. When it comes to storage, oats have a long shelf life if kept in the right conditions. Storing them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place can keep them fresh for months or even years in some cases. This makes oats a reliable staple that won't go bad quickly like some fresh foods. Because oats are dry and lightweight, they're easy to store in bulk without taking up too much space. You can keep a large supply on hand without worrying about them spoiling or attracting pests, as long as you use proper containers. Whether you want a quick breakfast or an ingredient to add texture and nutrition to meals, oats are a fantastic choice. Their affordability, long shelf life, and versatility make them a practical and useful addition to your food storage. Number 9. Dried beans. Before we talk about dried beans, it's important to understand why they are a classic staple in emergency food storage. Beans are packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, making them an excellent source of long-lasting energy and nutrition. They're one of the most affordable and versatile foods you can stockpile, capable of feeding a family for a long time without taking up much space. Dried beans are lightweight and store well for years if kept in a cool, dry place inside airtight containers. Unlike canned beans, dried beans don't come with added salt or preservatives, giving you more control over how you prepare them. Plus, they're easy to cook if you have the right tools and time. A useful tip for those who are mobile or preparing for bug-out situations is to soak beans in a water bottle attached to your backpack. This method lets the beans begin softening during your journey, cutting down cooking time once you're ready to eat. It's a smart way to prepare food when you're on the move without carrying heavy pots or extra water. Beans can be used in many recipes: soups, stews, chili, or even mashed for a hearty side dish. Their versatility means you won't get bored, even if you have to rely on them for multiple meals. Because they're so filling and nutritious, beans can keep hunger at bay for longer periods, which is vital in emergencies. In summary, dried beans are a must-have for anyone serious about food storage. Their low cost, nutritional value, and long shelf life make them a powerhouse food that supports health and sustenance when fresh food isn't available. Number 10, rice. Before we talk about rice, it's important to know why it's a staple in so many emergency food supplies around the world. Rice is cheap, widely available, and incredibly filling. When stored properly, especially white rice, it can last for several years without losing quality, making it a perfect long-term storage option. White rice is the best choice for long shelf life because it has had its outer bran layer removed, which helps prevent rancidity. Brown rice, while more nutritious, contains oils in its bran that can spoil faster, so it's not ideal for very long storage. Rice is easy to prepare and can feed many people with just a small amount. It serves as a great base for meals and pairs well with beans, canned vegetables, or meats to create balanced dishes. Because it's neutral in flavor, rice can be used in a variety of recipes, from simple boiled rice to more complex meals. When storing rice, keep it in an airtight container, away from moisture, heat, and light. Using oxygen absorbers or vacuum sealing can extend its shelf life even further. A cool, dry place like a pantry or cellar is perfect for rice storage. Rice is also lightweight and doesn't take up much space, so you can store large quantities without worrying about overcrowding. This makes it a practical food to stockpile, especially for families or groups. Overall, rice is an economical, reliable, and versatile food that deserves a spot in your emergency pantry. Its long shelf life, easy preparation, and ability to feed many people make it a smart choice for any food storage plan. Number 11. Nuts. Before we talk about nuts, it's important to understand why they're a valuable addition to any emergency food supply. Nuts are packed with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, making them an excellent source of energy and nutrition. They're also very convenient snacks that don't require cooking or preparation. Different types of nuts, such as almonds, walnuts, peanuts, and cashews, have varying shelf lives. Generally, raw nuts last a few months at room temperature, but can be stored much longer if kept in cool conditions. To extend their freshness, vacuum sealing nuts is a great option. I once vacuum sealed a bag of mixed nuts and ate them a full year later with no issues. They tasted fresh and were still nutritious. Nuts are also lightweight and compact, which makes them easy to store in bulk without taking up much space. Their high fat content means they're calorie dense, so a small handful can provide a lot of energy, perfect for situations where you need to conserve resources. They make a great addition to meals or snacks during emergencies, and because they require no cooking, you can eat them anywhere, anytime. Just keep in mind that nuts are prone to going rancid if exposed to heat, light, or oxygen, so proper storage is key to maintaining their quality. Including nuts in your food stockpile offers variety, nutrition, and convenience, three important factors when planning for the unexpected. Number 12, coffee and tea. Before we talk about coffee and tea, it's worth mentioning why these simple drinks hold a special place in many people's emergency supplies. Beyond their well-known health benefits, coffee and tea offer a sense of comfort and normalcy during stressful times. After all, drinking plain water every day can get boring and dull pretty quickly. Both coffee and tea are easy to store and have a long shelf life when kept in airtight containers away from moisture and heat. They don't require refrigeration and can be prepared quickly with just hot water, making them ideal for emergency situations or when cooking resources are limited. Coffee, with its caffeine content, can provide a much-needed energy boost and mental alertness, which can be invaluable when you're dealing with difficult or exhausting circumstances. Tea, on the other hand, offers a wide range of flavors and health benefits, from calming chamomile to antioxidant-rich green tea. Besides personal use, coffee and tea also have great value as barter items. In tough times, people often look for comforts or small luxuries, and a cup of coffee or tea can be a precious trade commodity. Including coffee and tea in your emergency food storage adds not only flavor and variety, but also a little emotional relief and practical value. They help keep spirits up when things get tough and provide a familiar ritual in unfamiliar situations. Number 13, liquor. Before we talk about liquor, it's important to recognize its unique place in emergency supplies. Even if you don't drink, having a bottle or two of liquor on hand can be surprisingly useful. Liquor has a very long shelf life when stored properly, often lasting indefinitely without going bad. One reason liquor is valuable is that it offers comfort during stressful times. Much like coffee or tea, a small drink can help calm nerves and provide a sense of normalcy when everything else feels uncertain. Beyond personal use, liquor is an excellent barter item. In emergency or survival situations, people often look for goods that bring comfort or pleasure, and liquor fits perfectly into that category. It's compact, easy to store, and highly desirable, which makes it a practical trade resource. Storing liquor is simple. Just keep it sealed tightly and away from extreme heat or direct sunlight. Unlike many foods, liquor doesn't require refrigeration and is very low maintenance. Including liquor in your stockpile adds both a morale booster and a valuable commodity for trading when you need it most. Whether for your own use or for barter, a bottle of liquor can be a smart addition to your emergency supplies. Number 14, comfort foods. Before we talk about comfort foods, it's important to remember that everyone has their own idea of what counts as a treat. When building your emergency food supply, don't forget to include some goodies that bring you joy. These small pleasures can make a big difference when times are tough. Comfort foods like chocolate, candies, or even your favorite snacks aren't just about taste. They can boost morale and help keep your spirits up during stressful situations. Having something sweet or familiar can provide a much-needed mental break from the challenges you're facing. These treats also have another important use. They can be valuable barter items. When resources are tight, people often trade for small luxuries, and comfort foods fit perfectly into that category. Chocolate bars or candies can be traded for other essentials, making them a smart addition to your stockpile. While comfort foods may not be the most nutritious items, their psychological benefits and barter value make them worth storing. Just make sure to keep them sealed and stored in a cool, dry place to maintain their freshness as long as possible. Including a few comfort foods in your emergency supplies is an easy way to stay motivated and maintain a sense of normal life, even when circumstances are far from normal. Number 15, dried catnip for your pets. Before we talk about dried catnip, it's important to remember that emergency supplies aren't just for people. They're for pets too. While it's not food, dried catnip can be a valuable item to keep on hand for your feline friends during tough times. Dried catnip lasts quite well when stored properly. Once opened, it can stay fresh for up to 6 months, but if you keep it dried and sealed, it can last as long as 2 years. After that, it doesn't spoil like fresh food would. Instead, it simply goes stale, similar to how dried tea loses its flavor over time. Having catnip available can help keep your pet calm and happy when everything else is uncertain. Pets often provide comfort and companionship during emergencies, so caring for their well-being is an important part of survival planning. Including items like dried catnip in your supplies shows you're thinking beyond just the basics and are prepared to support all members of your household. even the furry ones. Number 16, powdered foods and drinks. Before we talk about powdered foods and drinks, it's good to know why they're a smart addition to your emergency supplies. Items like powdered cheese, powdered eggs, powdered milk, cocoa, and powdered juices have a long shelf life and are easy to store. Because the moisture is removed, these powdered products stay fresh for months or even years when kept sealed and stored in a cool, dry place. They're lightweight and don't take up much space, making them perfect for long-term storage or for when you need to pack light. Powdered foods and drinks are also simple to prepare. Just add water and you have a ready-to-use ingredient or beverage. For example, powdered milk can be reconstituted for cooking or drinking, powdered eggs work well for baking or making scrambled eggs, and powdered cheese adds flavor to many recipes. These products add variety to your meals and can help maintain nutrition when fresh ingredients aren't available. Plus, they're convenient and quick to make, which is important when you're dealing with limited resources or time. Including powdered foods and drinks in your stockpile means you'll have versatile options that are both practical and reliable in emergencies. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest survival tips and food storage hacks. Have questions or want to share your own emergency food storage ideas? Drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. Remember, building a solid emergency food supply isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom from worry, freedom from stress, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're ready for anything. So start small, build consistently, and always plan ahead. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.